To order City of Forest Park City Council meeting number 1234, August 4, 2014. Let's stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, call the roll, please.
Here.
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 Johnson.
Here.
Southall.
Here.
Next item on the agenda is minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. Next item on the agenda is presentation. The first of these presentations will be the August Business of the Month Award. Mr. Paul Brown.
Mayor, members of council, thank you very much. I'd just like to preface this by saying I in no way influenced the decision of our business of the month for this month. Any of you who are around this establishment between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every morning know that I'm a frequent participant over there. But at its founding in 1971, Starbucks was a roaster and retailer of whole bean and ground coffee, tea, and spices with a single store in Seattle. Today, the company connects with millions of customers worldwide and has more than 20,000 retail stores in 65 countries. Since the beginning, the company has always believed in serving the best possible coffee. Their buyers travel worldwide to find the highest quality coffee beans, and their master roasters bring out the balance and rich flavor of these beans through a variety of rich signature Starbucks blends. Their world-famous coffee is complemented by a fantastic line of pastries, cookies, and sandwiches. Strong commitment to excellence is communicated to and carried out by every single employee in the organization, and all of their associates strive to provide superior service, guaranteeing that each customer receives individualized, personalized attention. Equally important, Starbucks prides itself on creating gathering places where families and friends can meet. Customers not only enjoy quality service and exceptional beverages, but they also find an inviting atmosphere. Indeed, every Starbucks is part of the community in which it is located. They are committed to strengthening the neighborhoods in which they do business. Certainly, our local Starbucks is no different. The store has sponsored numerous community events and school activities, and just a few years ago, they worked with our Forest Park Fire Department to establish the store as a recognized safe place, a place where people in trouble can head to find assistance. All of us know, this designation required that their employees completed a training program as part of that project. In recognition of the store's outstanding commitment to our community, not to mention their fantastic products, of which, again, I buy quite a few, it's our pleasure to recognize the Forest Park Starbucks as our August Business of the Month. I spoke with Jason this morning. I don't believe that he could attend. I don't know if anyone else is in attendance here from Starbucks. If not, I will make sure that they receive the award, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Paul. Next item on the agenda is presentation. This is for a 35th anniversary plaque. And this goes to our police chief, Chief Phil Cannon.
Yeah, really, absolutely.
City of Forest Park, Ohio recognizes Phil Cannon for 35 years of outstanding dedication and loyal service to the City of Forest Park from 1979 to 2014. Chief, congratulations, and thank you for all of your years of service. I know a lot of time and energy and work goes into being anywhere for 35 years. It's a long time to do most everything.
Well, I've had 35 years to probably prepare for this moment. I'm really not prepared, I don't believe. But I think the last time I stood here was probably when I had my 20th. And now it's 35. And when I stood here at 20, I never realized that I would even get to 35, quite frankly. I never thought about it. You took one day at a time. And here we are at 35 years, 15 years later, and I just want to express how proud I am to be a police officer in this city. And this 35 years, you can't be anywhere for 35 years without loving what you do and wanting to do what you do. And that it pretty much tells the tale there. But it also I couldn't have done this without all the people I've worked with over those 35 years. Some of them are here tonight. Ken Hughes, Bill Lawrence, Bob Wright, Jimmy Ward, and everybody else is actually doing that diligent patrol out there right now, so that's why they're not here now. And most of all, you certainly can't do this without the support of your family. And I'm fortunate tonight that I have my son Nick here, and my daughter Tracy, my grandson Brennan from Maryland. They just came in. We've had Brennan here for the last 5 weeks. I'm glad his mom's here. And then, of course, my lovely bride, Mary. That support that they've given me over the 35 years is why I'm still standing here today. And hopefully I'm standing here tomorrow with you. So thank you again for your recognition, and I truly do appreciate it and all the support I've had over the years. I've been fortunate to be able to do a lot of things in my career by being a police officer in Forest Park, by the support of my family and those that have also served with me and serve with me now. So, Council, thank you very much. 35 years, I'm going to tell you for sure that there won't be another 35. I can tell you that for sure. But it's been an honor and a privilege, and I thank you very much for that.
Okay, at this point, we'd have comments from council. Mr. Burns.
That's okay, Phil. We'll take 30. Great. But, you know, I'm proud to say you're a great neighbor, a great person, and we share a common affiliation with a few friends of yours from high school, and I'm sure I'll relay that, your accomplishment, to them as well. You know, the test of a person is in their behavior. And I can honestly say, you know, every time that I've worked with you, you know, in challenge as well as in teamship, your character has shown in every way. And I've only known you for a very short time in comparison to 35. So, you know, I'm sure that your wife and your children, you're a great example to them. You know, and to the squad and the teams that you are responsible for, they are proud of you as well. Thank you for being here. You know, even if it's 29 and a half, we'll be okay. So we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow and the next day and the next year.
I get that ramp into the steps.
Yeah, you got to roll that in. So thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Councilwoman Herbie.
Well, I'm always so impressed by the longevity of some of the staff here. It shows a great deal of commitment, and I know that's true for you and for your predecessors, and I'm sure for the people that will come after you. You know, we thank you so much, all of you, for the service that you provide the city, and I thank your family too, because I know it's hard for them to see, you know, family member in this kind of a position, this kind of job. It's tough, and so it's a great credit to them too. But thank you so much for your service, and I look forward to at least a few more years.
I'll give you that, I think. Thank you.
Councilwoman McConnell.
Phil, thank you for being here, and I really want to thank your family for their commitment toward you with our city. It's not easy when you're planning a family outing and then you need to leave for a period of time, but it takes a lot of patience and love from a family to have that. And you can just keep on keeping on, sir.
Councilwoman Holt.
Phil, I just want to say congratulations for serving the city of Forest Park for 35 years and leading the best police force. Most of the time I say in the country, but I'll say in the world. So thank you for that.
Okay. Chief Cannon, you know, oftentimes when you look at an organization, you look at the organization as a whole, and we do that with the police department in the city of Forest Park. But we also look at the police department from the top down. And we've been fortunate that that top position has been filled by the best possible people over a long, long period of time, and you've shown that you're just a continuation of that superb leadership at the top. An organization can't be any better and can't be any more effective than a person at the top, at the head of that organization. And as we always say, this is the best police department, so obviously you're the best chief. And we know that a lot of that credit goes to you from not only us, but from the members of the department. You've continued to make them what they are. And as long as we have good people at the top, as you are, we'll continue to have that great police department. And also, I would say thank you to Phil's family. Thanks for loaning them to us for the time that you have. And we realize that we probably take more of his time than you would like us to, but we'll try to work it out so that he can have a few more days here or there, maybe a couple more days a year. But that's about all we could spare him.
I might do that 35.
But thank you all for Phil, and thank you, Phil, for being with us. And we know that things are in good hands, and they will continue to be in good hands. So again, congratulations, and thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
The next presentation is oath of office, and that's for firefighter paramedic Nick Nolan. Nick, Chief, come forward, please. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, Nick, we're going to swear you in here. If you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
Nicholas Nolan,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
the Charter
the Charter
of the Municipality
of the Municipality
of Forest Park, Ohio,
of Forest Park, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
as firefighter paramedic.
of firefighter or paramedic.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Of course, you have to talk,
Not a big public speaker, but I just wanted to thank everybody for coming here today. My family, my parents, my mom and dad, my aunt and uncles are all here. They supported me when I didn't know what I wanted to do, and when I actually figured out that this was my calling, and I'm really thankful for that. I think my second family, they're all out there in the hallway. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Without this department, it's put me ahead of the game. I've learned knowledge beyond my ears in comparison to some places. But I'd just like to say thank you to the council for having me here tonight. I grew up kind of around Forest Park, spent childhood over at the malls watching the fireworks and running around the mall. My family used to live here back in the B section, so I'm glad to be back here and working. This was my first firefighter job, and I hope this will be my last firefighter job, so I plan on staying here for a while. But again, I'd like to thank our chiefs, Carol, very important Carol, who's helped me get here as well. So I'd just like to say thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Council, for this evening. Nick, congratulations. I remember back in, I think it's December of 2011, when we brought you in, there was two special individuals who are not with us now, firefighter Keelan Wilson and Tom Breyer, who helped you to get you to this point where you're out today. So we had some rough roads, but we're here. You're very successful, and we're very grateful to have you here this evening. Like I state all the time to all our employees, just looking at Kim, he's a chief of the police department, did 35 years of service. If you plan on doing 20, 25, or 30, or 40, what I'd like for you to do is to challenge yourself to find anything that's new for the community, for the citizens. That's what we're here for. Yes, we're going to provide fire and EMS protection, but let's go outside the box and let's see what we can do positive for the community, so the community can look back at us and says, what a wonderful fire department. So that's what my challenge is for you. Congratulations once again.
At this time, we'll open up for comments from members of council. Mr. Burns?
Thank you. Nick, I just want to congratulate you for your accomplishment and thank your family for loaning us to you, or loaning you to us. A little dyslexic today. But it is an honor for us to actually have a person like Nick, come into Forest Park. Because being a firefighter or any officer, whether it be police or fire, it's not just about wearing a pin. It's about a spirit to serve, right? And finding those opportunities to serve in any way, shape, or form. And our fire department actually is one great example, and I'm glad to see you join a team such as that. Thank you.
Councilwoman Holt?
Nick, I just want to say congratulations, and we are going to hold you to this being your first and your last job. So I might not be around 35 years to see you, but, hopefully you'll be around at least 35 more years. Congratulations.
Councilwoman Hurd?
Yes, first of all, congratulations, but I also want to say I'm so gratified to see someone who has a connection as a child in the city come back to serve. That's always wonderful to me to see that kind of thing happening. And I have to say, I'm also glad that you commented about, your family out there, because believe me, when you serve in a service position, the people that you serve with do become your family, and they have your back, and I know you've got their back. And I think the thing that I want to say to you is, when you go out there, be safe.
Councilwoman Tuttle?
Welcome to an awesome fire department with awesome employees and dedication to our city. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll have a lot of hard work ahead of you. But thank you for being here for the safety of our residents. Really appreciate it. And also thanks to your family.
Okay. Nick, first of all, congratulations. And we're happy to have you with us. We're happy to have you to join our elite fire department. Departments get better when they bring in the best people. And we pride ourselves on that in Forest Park with our firefighter paramedics. I look upon this fire department with a special interest because I've spent some time, not so sometimes, riding with the guys, both as paramedics and on the trucks. So I get some feeling for what it's like. I eat with them. They're one of the reasons that I had to stop eating so much. But it is a family. Those guys out there, any one of them will do anything for you. They'll do anything for the city, and we know you feel the same way. Being the family of a firefighter paramedic, and as you all know, I'm sure, to your family, it's a challenging job. These jobs are dangerous jobs, police, fire. They're dangerous jobs. But these guys and ladies have dedicated themselves to doing that job. And for people like myself who have had an occasion to call upon them for their services, we recognize how important it is too. The fact that I know that I'm only 4 or 5 minutes away from help when I need that help, is very gratifying to me. It's a good feeling to know. And I know that you're just going to continue to make that department better. And again, congratulations, and thanks for becoming part of a great fire department. Okay, this is the time when our audience will leave us by choice, I'm sure. And thank you all for coming. We wouldn't want to, we won't force you to stay, but thank you for being here. Thanks.
I talked with him last evening.
Chairman, thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, item 4, communications from the public. This is a time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. Is there any comments from the public? Anybody from the public want to address council? Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Next item on the agenda is report of standing committees. The first of these would be Public Improvement and Facilities Committee. Mr. Southall.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I do not have a report tonight for public improvement and facilities, but I will entertain any questions anyone might have for that subject matter.
Okay, any questions for Councilman Southall? Hearing none. Councilman Southall, I have one item on the agenda for you that for the next work session, and that would be, keep in mind, that work session is going to be on September 8th. That item is SCIP resolution. Do you have any items to add?
No, I do not at this time, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the next committee report is Ways and Means Committee, Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, no report. I do want to mention that I did attend the meeting with the school district on Thursday night, and we had a very productive discussion. And I also want to mention that I was down at Luminosity over the weekend, and it's a wonderful, wonderful event. If you get the opportunity next year to do that, I highly urge you to do that. That concludes my report.
Any questions for Councilwoman Herbie? Hearing none. Councilwoman Herbie, I have no items on the agenda for you. Do you have any to add?
Nope.
Next committee report is Community Development, Councilman Barnes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no report this evening. I would like to also thank those council members that did attend the meeting with the school district and the school board members. You know, as you can see from attending, you know, the objective is really to increase the communication, think strategically about activities that we both have responsibility for independently and jointly, and to make Forest Park, specifically Forest Park, a better place for our students as well as our residents. So we are making, you know, some plans as it relates to the various joint responsibilities, you know, as far as the facilities that we share, as well as some opportunities as it relates to, you know, as it relates to Forest Park and informing our residents about the school district, about the responsibilities in the city as well, and then how we can make Forest Park a better place. Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Barnes? Hearing none. Mr. Barnes, I have no items on the agenda for you for the work session on the 8th. Do you have any to add?
No, thank you.
Next committee report is Law Committee, Councilwoman Cottle.
I have no report this evening, thanks.
Any questions for Councilwoman Cottle? Hearing none. Councilwoman Cottle, I have no items on the agenda for you. Do you have any to add?
No, thank you.
Next report is Human Resources Committee, Councilwoman Holt.
I do not have a report tonight, thank you.
Any questions for Councilwoman Holt? Hearing none. Councilwoman Holt, I have no items on the agenda for you for the work session. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Next report is Public Safety Committee. That would be Councilwoman Holt or Councilman Southall. Either one of you have any?
I do not have a report on that either. Thank you.
Any questions for Councilwoman Holt on public safety? Sherry?
Not a question. I know that if Mr. Lives were,
Not now.
what? Oh, well, no, I just wanted to say that I know that he would want to draw attention to the departmental reports because there is information about bike safety in there for the community, and those departmental reports are always available on the website, and we would direct you there.
Thank you for that information, Councilwoman Herbie. There are no items on the agenda for the work session. Did you have any to add, Councilwoman Holt?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is intergovernmental relations and communications. That would be my report. I have no report. I would answer any questions if there are any. Okay, next item on the agenda is item number 6, the mayor's report. I have a few items to report on. First, I would like to thank on July 24th, Thursday, July 24th, we had an event, Grilling with Tim. That would be Tim Hedrick from Channel 12, courtesy of 2 of our residents, Larry and Mary Bennett. I want to thank everybody who participated in that, and especially to the Bennetts who made that possible. It was a very nice event. We had a large crowd, and it did not rain. And thanks to Channel 12 and Tim Hedrick for bringing that to Forest Park. Also, I would like to report that this past Saturday night, August 12th, was the holding of the 13th annual Jazz in the Park concert. It was a very, very good concert. And again, it did not rain. It did start raining about, I guess, it rained about anywhere between 4:15 and 4:45. We had about 16 very large drops of rain. Then the clouds moved through, and it did not rain anymore. And it was a beautiful evening. The estimations of the size of the crowd was, I believe, the last estimate that I had was probably some 3,000 to 3,200 people. There were a lot of people there. People enjoyed themselves. As I said, this was the 13th annual event. The performers did an excellent job. The crowd was well behaved. I would just like to say, for people who have not attended either of our major concerts, whether it's Concert on the Green or Jazz in the Park, I don't think we could have 2 finer events for the citizens, not only in Forest Park, but in the surrounding area. These are outstanding concerts, and they're outstanding events, and we look to continue to have these for years to come. And again, thank you to all of the volunteers who assisted us in that event. Thanks to all of the corporate sponsors who participated and made that event possible as well. And a special thanks to Mr. Joe Mallory for helping and assisting in that event. I would also like to announce publicly and that I received a letter from Councilman David Lives, and the letter was a letter of resignation that took effect. His resignation took effect on July 31st. I would like to hasten to add that his resignation was not a resignation that he had a lot of choice in, because it was a resignation that was basically determined by rules and regulations of OPERS, the state retirement system. And for those of you who may not know, the City Council has absolutely zero control over the rules and regulations of the retirement system, OPERS. Everything dealing with retirement is left up to them and under the authority of the Ohio General Assembly. In Mr. Lives' letter of resignation, he expressed the desire to be able to come back to council to serve out the remainder of his elected term at an appropriate time. I would further add at this time that council will be filling the vacancy according to our charter, section 3.08 of the charter of the city of Forest Park. We will be doing that at the appropriate time. This is not necessarily something new to council. Since I've been on council in 1998, and I think Councilman Dave Lyde started a year before me, in my time on council, the council has had vacancies and has filled vacancies, I believe, 9 or 10 times. So it happens quite, not necessarily frequently, but it happens often enough. People resign for whatever reasons, some reason or another that, is their own personal business. And I would also like to further point out that in addition to Councilman Lyde on the current council, there are 4 others of us who started on council as appointees. So while it may seem to be a rarity to people who don't come to council meetings or watch on TV, it's not. And as I said, it's something that we've dealt with in the past through our charter, and we will do the same in this situation. Next, I would like to announce that I too attended the joint school board council meeting. These are meetings that will be held monthly, but I believe, Mr. Burns, there will not be an August meeting. Is that correct?
Correct.
And we will resume those joint meetings in September. And as Mr. Burns stated, we as council feel that these are very necessary meetings, in that communications is the way to resolve issues, to solve problems, or to just think things through together. And we want to make sure that we are as cooperative as possible with the school district in doing those things that they see as that they need to do, as well as those things that are going to benefit the city as well. The final thing that I will report on or announce is that each year the city council recesses primarily for the month of August. So tonight's meeting will be the last council meeting and or work session that we will have for until we resume meetings on September 8th. So basically, council is going to be on recess beginning tomorrow, August 5th, through September 7th. Now, normally, we would have a council meeting on the first Monday of September, but as you know, that first Monday is Labor Day. It's a holiday, so there will be no meeting on that Monday, September 1st. And as I said, we would meet as in work session on Monday, September 8th. That would end my report. I would be happy to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you. Hearing none, then I would move to item number 7, the city manager's report. Mr. Hodges.
Thank you. I'll only report that the departmental reports have been completed, included in the council packet, and also placed on file with the clerk of council for public inspection. That would conclude my report, but I would respond to any questions if there are any.
Any questions for Mr. Hodges? Hearing none, thank you, sir. Next item on the agenda is item number 8, other reports. The first of those would be Law Director, Mr. Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have nothing specific to report on tonight, but would answer any questions.
Okay. Any questions for the Law Director? Hearing none. Next report on the other would be Clerk of Council, Mrs. Hoffman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance number 07 through 10-2014 and resolution number 21-2014 were posted as required. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for Clerk of Council? Hearing none, we'll move to Article number 9. If Councilwoman Herbie has a motion.
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the second time by title only, ordinance number 11-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the second time by title only, ordinance number 11-2014. Is there a discussion?
Yes, just for the sake of the community, ordinances can be read by title only if they're posted for a certain length of time, and that's why we're able to make this motion. This has been posted on July 21st, 2014.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on the motion?
Burns.
Yes.
Otto.
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Southall.
Yes.
Motion to suspend the rules passed 6-0. The first item, item A under unfinished business is ordinance number 11-2014. Would the clerk please read that ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 11-2014, an ordinance amending Chapter 96 miscellaneous regulations regarding animals at large.
Is there a motion?
Yes, I move to adopt ordinance number 11-2014.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 11-2014. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Cottle?
Yes, staff is recommending an amendment to our leash laws so that our codes can do a better job in deterring repeat offenders. Like most codes, our existing codes do a good job in deterring most people from violations while addressing those who may occasionally find themselves in violation. We believe, however, that our codes are too lenient for those who perhaps intentionally violate the codes on a repeat basis, or at least do not take the simple and normal corrective action to eliminate the cause for the violation. Perhaps defiance of the codes helps to alleviate their ego. In any case, we recommend to the initial offense that a violation of this section shall be a minor misdemeanor punishable by a fine up to a maximum of $150. If this section is violated more than twice in a 360-day period, the violation shall be a fourth-degree misdemeanor punishable up to a maximum of $500 fine and 30 days incarceration. For the few who choose to defy the law, it's the realistic possibility of jail time that may serve to get their attention in addressing the problem. And please note that ordinance number 11-2014 was read for the first time by title only on July 21st, 2014.
Where you said 360 days, it's a year, 365.
Okay. It's 365. Okay. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Hearing now, would the clerk call the roll, please?
Otto.
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Southall.
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
Ordinance number 11-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda, item 10, new business. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the first time by title only, ordinance number 12-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the first time by title only, ordinance number 12-2014. Is there a discussion?
Just that, again, this ordinance was posted for the requisite number of days prior to the meeting.
Any further discussion? Hearing now, would the clerk call the roll on the motion?
Herbie.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Southall.
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
The motion passes 6-0. Next item is item A, ordinance number 12-2014. Would the clerk please read that ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 12-2014, an ordinance determining to recertify and reduce special assessments levied for the purpose of constructing certain improvements and declaring an emergency.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of ordinance number 12-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt ordinance number 12-2014. Is there further discussion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Not on the motion, well,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
on the motion, yeah. Every year, we have to notify the county auditor about the properties on which we have special assessments in order to collect what's due to the city at the time that the property taxes are collected. Our bond counsel, Peck, Schaefer, and Williams, every year prepares the necessary legislation for us for the special assessments which are necessary to pay outstanding bonds that are associated with improvements that have been previously made. And this particularly applies to the mall. because our bond and tax regulations, we have to do the Cincinnati Mall legislation by ordinance, and given the limited time to file with the county, it needs to be done with the inclusion of an emergency clause to be read and voted on this same evening. And I would urge adoption of the motion.
Is there any further discussion on ordinance 12, 2014? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on ordinance 12, 2014?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Ordinance number 12-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is a motion, Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read resolutions numbers 22-2014 through 26-2014 by title only. And again, these were posted as required.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read resolutions number 22-2014 through 26-2014 by title only. Is there a discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on the motion?
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
The motion passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is item B, resolution number 22-2014. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 22-2014, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Crowe Harworth to provide consulting services relating to the tax increment financing districts and enterprise zone agreements of the city of Forest Park.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I'd move adoption of resolution number 22-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 22-2014. Is there a discussion? Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, staff's recommending that we use Crowe Harworth to provide the city with a study and full report on its findings regarding service payments and financial accuracy of our tax increment finance districts. This is specialized and detailed work, and so we often will get them to do this kind of thing for us. The cost for the study is $60,000 and is actually paid by a proportional amount from the 4 TIF districts that we have. And so I would urge adoption of this motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on resolution 22-2014?
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Resolution 22-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 23-2014. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 23-2014, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Positive Business Solutions, Inc. for the implementation of an upgrade to the telephone system.
Is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion that we receive Resolution 23-214 for adoption.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt resolution 23-2014. Is there a discussion? Councilman Southall.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this resolution deals with the upgrading of the telephone system for the city. That's basically it. We are replacing the old system, and we are going to be saving a great deal of money over the next 8 years as a result of replacing 9100 platform.
Any further discussion?
And I would, I'm sorry, and I would urge adoption of that resolution, sir.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll for resolution 23-2014?
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall.
Yes.
Resolution 23-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is item D, resolution 24-2014. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 24-2014, accepting the bid of Atleta, Inc. for the 2014 street program.
Is there a motion, Councilman Southall?
Yes, I offer a motion that Resolution 24-214 be received for adoption.
Second.
Been moved and second that we adopt Resolution 24-2014. Is there discussion, Mr. Southall?
Yes, there's a total of 3 sealed bids that were received for the street project, and they include Holiness and Converse Streets. The work is a residential street repair that restores the street for 15 years or longer. The Adelaide Corporation has done work for us before, and I'd like to offer a motion that we receive that for adoption, sir.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 24-2014?
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
Resolution 24-2014 passes 6-0. The next item on the agenda is item E, Resolution number 25-2014. Would the clerk please read this resolution by title only?
Resolution number 25-2014, a resolution to concur with the city manager's action to proceed with the demolition of a structure at 11442 Gresham Place, Forest Park, Ohio 45240.
Is there a motion, Mr. Barnes?
Yes, I move for adoption of Resolution 25-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 25-2014. Is there discussion on the motion, Mr. Barnes?
Yes. This is the first of 2 resolutions for vacant properties that staff is recommending approval to proceed with demolition. These properties are in fairly bad shape, or very bad shape, and the code violation notices for repair of the properties have not been adhered to from anyone in the ownership or the interest of those properties. In this particular property at 11442 Grisham, the house had been vacated by the known owner, although a family member or another relative or a relative of the family did live there without permission. The house has been in a deteriorated state and became even more of a problem after a fire last July. The city's given the owner plenty of time to repair the home, which has mold and debris problems in the basement as well as the whole roof, a hole in the roof, I should say. This property is at a point where the cost of repair has exceeded a reasonable investment to return to the dollar value of the home. The city has fully exercised the normal requirements and allowance periods for the property and the owners to repair those issues. It is a dangerous site to the neighborhood, and I would urge adoption and concurrence of the city manager's decision to demolish this property.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on Resolution 25-2014?
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle.
Yes.
Resolution 25-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda, item F, Resolution 26-2014. Would the clerk please read that resolution by title only?
Resolution number 26-2014, a resolution to concur with the city manager's action to proceed with the demolition of a structure at 10820 Carnegie Drive, Forest Park, Ohio 45240.
Is there a motion, Mr.
Yes.
Barnes?
I move for adoption of Resolution 26-2014.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 26-2014. Is there a discussion?
Yes.
Mr. Barnes?
Yes, this is the second property of interest to the city for demolition at 10820 Carnegie Drive. This is also a vacant home that was in a downward spiral of deterioration. We had water issues inside the home as of this past January, which resulted in extensive damage and mold. The house was also in an insecure state, after which the city and our public works tried to secure it and took steps to actually repair some of the areas to make the place a little bit more secure. It's the understanding of the city manager that there's a significant tax lien against the property, which is another reason why no one is likely to step in to make the necessary repairs. So it's very similar to the previous property. This is a health, safety, and welfare issue to the community, and with that, I would urge adoption of Resolution 26-2014.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the resolution, let it be, I'm sorry, would the clerk call the roll on the resolution?
Holt,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Holt, yes. Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Resolution 26-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 27-2014. Would the clerk please read this resolution in full?
Mr. Mayor, with your permission, I'm going to read, so our clerk
Oh,
doesn't choke to
okay.
death over here.
Thank you, sir.
Guest reader.
All right.
Resolution number 27-2014, a resolution to concur with the city manager's purchase of real property located at 969 Hartkin Drive. Whereas J.P. Morgan Chase Bank foreclosed on the property located at 969 Hartkin Drive and acquired ownership of the property on February 11, 2014. And whereas the City Council passed Resolution 22-2007 authorizing the city manager implement a spot purchase program for redevelopment of residential properties at initial purchase prices of $50,000 or less. And whereas the City of Forest Park's offer to purchase the property for $21,010 plus closing costs has been accepted. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio, Section 1, that Council hereby concurs with the city manager's action to proceed with the purchase of real property located at 969 Harkin Drive, Forest Park, Ohio 45240. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and take effect from and after its passage.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 27-2014.
Second.
Moved and second that we adopt resolution 27-2014. Is there a discussion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, this proposed resolution is recommending concurrence in the city manager's action for acquiring 969 Harkin with the intent of removing the structure that's remained vacant and deteriorated over an extended period of time. This is a single-family home within our targeted area and within our budgeted acquisition framework. This structure threatens the health, safety, and welfare of the immediate neighborhood as well as the community in general, and it's necessary and appropriate for the city to take action in a firm, definitive manner to end this ongoing problem with this structure. We're intending to proceed with demolishing the facility and maintaining the remaining site as open space. And it also should be noted that this is time sensitive, and so that is why we're trying to do this now. And a special thanks goes out to Chris Anderson, our Community Development Director, for taking the lead in working through this process. And I would urge adoption of this resolution.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk call the roll on resolution 27-2014?
Johnson,
Yes.
Southall,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Cottle,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Resolution 27-2014 passes 6-0. Next item on the agenda, item number 8, is a motion. Councilwoman Cottle.
I move to direct the Clerk of Council to notify the Ohio Department of Liquor Control that the City of Forest Park does not request a hearing regarding a liquor license transfer from Encore Lounge LLC, doing business as Encore Lounge, 637 Northland Boulevard, Unit C, Forest Park, Ohio, 45240, to J. Davis Entertainment, doing business as Encore Lounge, 637 Northland Boulevard, Unit C, Forest Park, Ohio, 45240.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we direct the clerk of council to notify the Department of Liquor that we're not requesting a hearing for the transfer of license. Is there discussion, Councilwoman Cottle?
Yes, we've received a request for a liquor license transfer from J. Davis Entertainment LLC, doing business Encore Lounge, 637 Northland Boulevard, Unit C, to Encore Lounge LLC, doing business as Encore Lounge, 637 Northland Boulevard, Unit C, which is located in the shopping center at Northland Boulevard and Southland Road. The request is for, one, a D5 license, which is spirituous liquor for on-premises consumption, only beer, wine, and mixed beverages for on-premises or off-premises in original sealed container until 2:30 a.m., and two, a D6 license, which is for the sale of intoxicating liquor on Sunday between the hours of 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and midnight. It appears to be more of a change of ownership for business reasons. In any case, the police department has run background checks and conducted phone interviews with the new owners, operators, and the police advise that they find nothing that would represent a concern with the owners, operators having a liquor license for their proposed business.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, the next, before we adjourn, I would like to just make note and recognize that former Councilman Lives is in the audience. As I said earlier, Councilman Lives has resigned from council effective on July 31st. He has been a member of council since 1997. Councilman Lives, I'm glad to have you here. You don't have to say anything if you don't want, but if you'd like, we would be glad to hear from you.
Just real quickly, this isn't something I had planned on, but being part of the retirement system, you'd have to follow the rules of the retirement system. So thank goodness they delayed it 1 year, but they've made several changes. I've been to Columbus 4 or 5 times. I think it's all straight, but I have to, doing this evenings, I have to be off for 2 months, 60 days. And depending on my legal counsel, if I can be appointed or not. So again, thank you for the explanation. It's a confusing thing at best, but thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And as I stated earlier, council will be filling this vacancy in accordance with section 3.08 of its charter at the appropriate time. No action has been taken on this thus far. Secondly, I want to just make sure, reiterate that we are at the close of this meeting, at the close of the day, on recess. Recess beginning August 5th and will run through September 7th. Council will reconvene with the work session on Monday, September 8th, 2014. There will be no work sessions or council meetings held during this time unless they're otherwise posted or unless there is an emergency. And if there's no other business, is there any other business to come before the body? Any other business to come before the body? Any other business to come before council? Hearing none. Council is adjourned.